Brothers and sisters, one of the healthiest things you can do for yourself is staying hydrated. And you know what I'm talking about. You go to your basketball game, football game, pro wrestling events, and suddenly you get a little parched. Well, one of the best ways that you can keep yourself safe is using Liquid IV. See, Liquid IV is a hydration stick that you can pour into 16 ounces of water and immediately get more efficiently hydrated than water alone. Okay? 12 delicious, refreshing flavors, all of your essential B vitamins, including B3, B5, B6, B12, even vitamin C. 3 times the electrolytes as traditional sports drinks. It's made with premium ingredients, non-GMO, free from gluten, dairy, soy, all that good stuff there. Listen, I'm telling you right now, folks, Liquid IV has changed my life. It's something that I use on a regular basis because I'm always on the go. I gotta stay hydrated. You gotta stay hydrated. Liquid IV has your back. It'll keep you exactly that way, hydrated. But don't just take my word for it. I want you to try it out. And because of that, if you head over to liquidiv.com right now, you can put anything that you want in your cart, and then at checkout, use the promo code Duke Loves Rasslin. No spaces in that now. Duke Loves Rasslin. Going to save you 20% on your entire order. That's how much I care about your hydration. That's how much I want you to check out Liquid IV. So what are you waiting for? Shop better hydration today. Visit liquidiv.com. That's right.
Locked in.
Look at what we have here, folks.
To the only show that matters.
The cream of the crop.
Duke Loves Rasslin.
And there is no one that does it better than
your host.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
The Duke.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
My brothers, my sisters, welcome back to the Duke Loves Rasslin podcast, the show about pro wrestling and everything else. River City Wrestling Con, June 6th and 7th at the World Golf Village in St. Augustine, Florida. Folks, you got to get your tickets right now because they're selling out fast. RiverCityWrestlingCon.com. Of course, one of your favorite legends, Hall of Famer, 11-time tag team champion, overall great dude is returning to the River City Wrestling Con. And in fact, we have him as our special guest today. So without further ado, welcome to Duke Loves Rasslin, the man himself, the badass, daddy ass, Billy Gunn. What's going on there, Billy?
What's happening, man? I'm just getting ready to do my thing there at River City. So, yeah, it's all good. As long as I can still do it, we're all good.
Not only can you still do it, you could do it as well, if not better than anybody. Because I'm telling you right now, man, every year the fans are asking about Billy Gunn. They talk about the great experience it is meeting you, meeting the family. You really make an impression, man. Where does that come from? This commitment to providing a great time, a memorable time, and something that makes the fans not only talk about the experience of meeting you and getting your autograph, pictures, all that good stuff, but legitimately requesting that you come back, like they want to see you again. You become appointment viewing, so to speak, in that regard there. Where does that come from, Billy? The ability to evoke such emotions?
Because that's what they come there to do. You know what they come there to enjoy the experience of meeting, whether it's me or what other superstars are there, right? So you want to make that as pleasurable as possible. And my biggest goal is that when people come, like if people come to see somebody else, I want to make sure that when they leave there, they only talk about me. Plus I love meeting the fans. I mean, they have been supportive of me for so long. You know, I've been doing this for a long time, and I still do it. And I still enjoy it. And it is because I know it sounds cliche, but it really isn't. It's all about the fans, because when we do these cons and stuff like that, this is their opportunity to meet their favorite either wrestling personality or whatever. So you never want that to be bad. Or I certainly don't. I don't ever want anybody, and they usually don't. Like, I've never had anybody complain about anything, because that's not me. And and I honestly want them to enjoy, whether they ask me questions or they're too shy to ask me questions or they're too nervous, or as long as they came and got what they wanted, that makes me feel 100% good. And I'm always cool about that.
Well, speaking of being cool, we got to talk about your wonderful wife, Paula. I mean, she is just such a cool person, doesn't take any mess from nobody. I know if you step out of line, she'll probably give you a famouser. But
she is the one that keeps our whole household in order, by the way, and I will not deny that at all.
Well, listen, you can't deny it, because not only will she hem you up, she'll hem me up too. So and I don't want that smoke, brother. So shout out to Paula Gunn. She's awesome. But talk to me about this, though, man. You really have made pro wrestling a family business. You know, your wife is handling the business aspect of things. You're out there as a performer, as a trainer, and all that good stuff there. Your two sons, the Gunns, they're out there kicking butt and what have you. It really is a family affair. What made you decide to do that, man?
It is. I mean, if you have to have somebody with a level head to hold it all together, and that would be my wife. So, indeed. But yeah, me and now my boys are doing it. They'll also be there. Yeah, it's super cool when you can have, the career that I've had, but now have the career and have my kids next to me while we do it. My kids and my wife that, puts all this stuff together for us. So yeah, I mean, you really, to have a good dynamic, it's like you never see behind the scenes, right? It's only the personalities out there, but you have to understand of what my wife does to get us to that position. So you have to, and if it was up to me or my kids, like, we would never have things together, because I don't think collectively together we have one brain. So that's what my wife says. So that, so you have to have, and it's, whatever you're doing, right? You always have to have, it's behind the scenes, the people that get no glory, but unfortunately my wife gets a lot of it, because everybody knows that she's the one that makes this wheel turn round and round. So, because that's mostly at these things is what, hey, is your wife coming? Is your wife here? Hey, I am.
I was going to say, right? She's a star of the show. You just don't know it.
So, yeah, she's super. She's awesome.
I'm a person that looks at the little things, because little things turn into big things. And certainly the way that a man talks about his family, especially his significant other, that tells you about his character, and that lets you know where his priorities lie, for better or for worse. So no wonder people appreciate and respect you so much, Billy. That's good stuff, man. The way that you honor your wife, that's the way it should be. I love that. Now, speaking of love that, I got to tell you, there is nothing that I and the other fans would love more than to see Billy Gunn and Road Dogg straighten out your boys, the Gunns, okay? These young guys, they're out there flexing and feeling themselves and all that good stuff. They think they are the best thing since sliced bread, just like their daddy has thought, right? We're not going to – the apples don't fall far from the tree. But nonetheless, I feel like, Daddy Billy and Uncle Road Dogg need to discipline these kids. So tell us right now, Billy, let's have an exclusive here. When are we going to see the badass, daddy-ass Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg take on the Gunns?
Well, we're trying to see if we can get Road Dogg on that fitness train to where he could have one more, because I think me and him were just talking about this, and he thinks he can do one more, and we were kind of discussing who we want to do it against, and it was, overwhelming. Of course, we would want to because it would give me legal tender to beat my kids. So that's the only way that you could do it legally and not get in trouble. But yeah, I mean, if we were gonna do something, if me and Road Dogg were gonna do one more match, it would have to, almost have to be with the kids, only because that would be a great way for us to go. I know for me, speaking personally for me, and I know Road Dogg is the same, as is just, to do something with the kids would be great. And not only us, but for my kids, being as they've literally been around this their entire lives, and they loved what me and Road Dogg did. And of course they loved everything everybody did, but that I think would, make them super happy, and it would really make me happy.
That is a match that we fans want to see. We need to see it. Uncle Road Dogg, Daddy Ass, Billy Gunn, one more time, taking on the Guns, the young guys, the young Turks, so to speak, who think they know everything. I think it would be wonderful. I think you guys would be printing money with a match like that. So somebody, anybody out there, make that happen. Please give us Billy Gunn and Road Dogg versus the Guns. Please. That's right. That's right. Listen, Billy, I and you and I talked about this offline, and I spoke to your wife, Paula, about this before as well. So I'm not trying to embarrass you or put you in a spot, because she was very adamant. Billy, he is not one to take too much credit and all that good stuff there. So be careful with this subject. But I want to bring it up. It's Duke Loves Rasslin. I got to bring it up. You're an inspiration, with the incredible career that you've had, Billy, and continue to have, because you ain't slowing down yet. The fact that you've been able to accomplish all of this Hall of Fame stuff, despite the fact that you suffer from asthma. And, this is a pretty serious condition. I mean, 1 in 20 people suffer from asthma, and it can be fatal if you're not careful. I don't understand it. I don't understand how a guy can look like you, be as athletic as you, accomplish all that you've accomplished when you're dealing with such a serious respiratory issue like that. You're an inspiration, Billy. I mean, how have you been able to manage this over 30 years in the ring?
I don't, and I appreciate you saying that, but I just don't hark on negative things, right? I've never let that hinder me. When you have something, you just have something. And if you can fix it, you fix it. If it's not fixable, you find a way to get around it, right? So it's the same thing with my training, right? My body's a little beat up, but it doesn't stop me from going to the gym. I'm not going to sit around and hark on, well, this hurts today. Maybe if I just stay home. That's not even in the cards, right? So dealing with this, so it's more of an athletic asthma rather than the full blown. I don't want people to think it's just a full blown asthma. It's kind of a sports induced asthma, which is still pretty good. But I mean, it's like I said, I don't sit around and dwell on it. I have an inhaler that I use, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, all I have to do is kind of just relax and settle down. Yes, that takes a little bit after I get done working, but I do as much as I can to manage it, and it either gets managed or because like I said, if I sit around and hark about it or worry about it or go, oh my God, if I go out there and I have a blown attack, I just don't. If it happens, oh well, and I've been pretty lucky because I can get done what I need to get done. And then as long as I relax, I'm good. So it's never been something that I really even think about, because we can all make excuses for everything. We can make excuses to do, and I'm just not that. I don't make excuses to do anything. If I want to do it, I do it. I have to find, if I can't go straight ahead, I go in an angle. If I can't go in an angle, I go backwards. So you can find a way to get there. You just have to have that mental thing that just lets you break through that stuff and not let things that, affect you in negative ways.
Well said. And all of that coming from a guy who correct me if I'm wrong, but you're 62 years old, right?
Yeah.
62 years old, in the business over 30 years, a Hall of Famer, still going strong. If that's not enough, let's dial the clock back a little bit here. Before you even got into pro wrestling, you were a bull rider, right?
I seem to like to do extreme things that take tolls on me. So.
Let me tell you something. I'm a big fan of Yellowstone. I've seen all the episodes, all the spinoffs and stuff like that. But the original series, they had a whole storyline about bull riding and that culture and the highs and lows that people go through who live in that world. And I'm just fascinated that Billy Gunn, this Hall of Famer, this guy that I've been watching for, over 30 years, take all these bumps and do his thing and be one of the greatest of all time in pro wrestling, which is already dangerous and physical and what have you, to find out that you are a pro bull rider and to see on Yellowstone just a glimpse of what you guys go through. I got to tell you, Billy, you're nuts.
So the PBR, the Pro Bull Rider Tour, has kind of evolved since when I did it. It's its own thing now, and that was my life. That's what I've done it since I was a little kid. It's what I grew up doing. That was my passion, and there came a point where I didn't have the passion anymore, so, and to do something that extreme and to not be 100% focused, you have to know, hey, you have to walk away from that. It would be the same with, it would go with anything that you do, anything that I do. Like if I didn't have a passion for wrestling, I would just walk away, right? Because things, like even whatever, it's, what we do in professional entertainment or professional wrestling is still very dangerous. We still get hurt. You have, you have giant humans throwing each other around, and I'm going to let you have my body, so you have to protect it, right? So and I have such a passion for wrestling that it would probably never go away. I don't want to say never, but it probably will never go away because there's so many different aspects of what I do that I enjoy. I love coaching. I love producing. I love just kind of bringing up the younger talent and giving them, the knowledge that I have to be in the position that I've been in. And that's what drives me. But my other life, my bull riding life, it just never it never came back. It was something I did till I was like 23 years old. I went, did it in junior school. I did it in high school, did it in college, did it in pro. And then just one day, it just wasn't a thing for me anymore. And I just had to walk away. Cause when you're, climbing around on 2,200 pounds of nastiness, you kind of want to have your head in the game. So, I walked away from it and found something else that I thoroughly enjoy. And like I said, I love all aspects of my job.
Oh, I'm going to put you on the spot now, cowboy. So since you are a bull rider, pro wrestler, all that good stuff, Mr. Physical over here, what's the soundtrack, Billy? What are you listening to before you get into the ring, or even in the past, before you got on that bull and rode that sucker? What are you listening to get yourself in the right frame of mind to be able to do these extreme stunts, basically?
So it's actually kind of funny. My kids send me all my music. Like they're into country music and they're into like the slow R&B and some different stuff. And my whole play, I get asked this a lot actually, which is pretty funny. If they go, so if we were to listen to your playlist, what would it be? I said, I don't know, ask Austin. Because he'll listen to some stuff because he's really into music. I mean, he actually raps and does some other stuff, and he's actually really good. But he knows that he'll just send me stuff, and I just put it in a playlist and listen to it. And does he hit it 100% all the time? No, not at all. But he does come across some pretty good stuff every once in a while, and that's my playlist, is whatever my kids send me. And it is a little bit of everything. They they are super into Glenn Campbell, so we're kind of a Glenn Campbell thing when you're talking about older country. And then like some newer stuff is like Always Never and some other things like that. But it's not bad. It's pretty good. So I'm not just a one genre guy. I'm kind of all over the map because of my kids.
My goodness, Glenn Campbell. I mean, Wichita lineman, are you kidding me? For all you young folk out there listening or people who may not be as into classic country, go check out Wichita lineman and Glenn Campbell's entire catalog. Just classic, wonderful stuff. You know, I'm an 80s baby, and during that time, MTV was huge and VH1, BET. But a lot of folks forget country music television, CMT. You know, you go through the 80s and the 90s, it was just as hot, man. So although Glenn Campbell was, you know, a little older, once you start hitting that stretch where you got the emergence of Garth Brooks, Reba McEntire, Travis Tritt, who's absolutely one of my all-time favorites, you know, folks like that, man, Brooks and Dunn later on, it's like, geez, just some of the best music, and all of that is happening at the same time that you have the emergence of Luther Vandross and Freddie Jackson, and you know the list goes on, and even on the hip hop side, you got Public Enemy coming up and Ice-T. This is the tail end of NWA and what have you, and you're transitioning into what that next level is going to be, A Tribe Called Quest. Music was so incredible during that period of time. And you know, Devon Dudley and I, we talk about that often on our show, Devon and the Duke. But my goodness, man, just some of the best music. Michael Jackson, some of the best music was in the 80s and 90s for sure. So I think that's cool that, you know, your kids are into music like that, and they make sure that you always have a good soundtrack and a good mix, a diverse mix of music to get yourself pumped up with. That's good stuff. And speaking of getting pumped up, folks, don't forget River City Wrestling Con, June 6th and 7th, World Golf Village, St. Augustine, Florida. The tickets are getting low. You got to get those tickets, folks, so you can go out and check out Billy Gunn and the family and what have you here. He's one of your favorites, so come on, make sure you're there to see him, folks. Come on. Because really, I mean, whether he is Mr. Ass or the badass, Daddy Ass, Billy Gunn stays current. Billy Gunn stays current. He stays fresh. He's always out there making it happen, and he's in high demand, which is so amazing. I don't even know what to say to you about that, though, Billy. The fact that you've been able to stay current and stay fresh. Obviously, the boys keeping you culturally in the mix with the music and things like that. That's certainly helpful. But it's so cool, man. It's so cool to hear from fans and to know that Billy Gunn is still a hot name in 2026, over 30 years after you had debuted.
Like, I don't know what it is. Sometimes I think I'm just super lucky. I just fall into, like, it's just like, I'm not scared to do anything. You know what I mean? So when you're in a business that gives you a platform to do whatever you want to do, I give you something, you can literally wear any mask that you want to get to where you want to get to. And I've never been one to put on blinders and go, well, I think this is me. Like, I am if you follow my career at all, I am all over the map because I like to, one, challenge myself in different things. And then I'd like to just see what I can do. And if people in the wrestling business would just kind of get into that and not get so mainstreamed into, no, I just want to be this and expand what they do. Dude, you can be in this business a long time and be super happy doing it.
Well, I'll tell you, we're just so appreciative that you're somebody that we could still check out. You're still in great shape, still knocking it out of the park, still daddy ass, which it's just cool, man. It's really cool to see you continue to be who you are and knock it out of the park the way that you do, bro. What's the best way that the folks out there can keep up with you online so they know where to see you next?
All my Instagram stuff is real Billy Gunn. So my Insta, X, whatever they call it. I don't do a lot on there. I do mostly just to kind of tell everybody where I'm at. I post some gym stuff once in a while. But if anybody wants to follow me and find out on social, it's the real Billy Gunn. It's super easy.
Strictly for the culture every day. Step in style in your unique way. Patterns and colors so defined. All about the perfect line. Be yourself, let your spirit fly. In this fashion, you'll touch the sky. Strictly for the culture, brand so fine. Dress to impress and show your shine. Strictly for the culture every day. Step in style in your unique way.
Visit www.strictlyfortheculture.ca.
This is Tony Schiavone, and we're desperately out of time on Duke Loves Wrestling.